All right. Good evening to everybody. I can see 16 people are live. So without waiting much, we'll just start with the today's presentation. So everyone might have heard about data science, and it's currently a trending topic. And as you all know, that data science is something related to data, which we can perform it in a scientific way, right? So what is data exactly? Of course, data is a collection of a lot of information, might be raw, might be structured or unstructured data. And in order to process the data, we need to know what the data is about, right? So introduction to data science. Data science is a multidisciplinary field that uses scientific methods like processes or algorithms and systems to extract insights and give knowledge about data, either in a structured way or an unstructured way. So in this today's webinar, we'll be mainly focusing on the key concepts of data science, tools which are used in data analytics, which is a part of data science, introduction to Power BI, and data science in practice. All right. Um so coming to this flowchart right here, you can see an Earth picture, right? So this is like a main source of information or data where the data can be collected, right? So you can see the arrow going from the Earth to the data section. So the raw data is collected from the source, right? As soon as it goes and the data is collected, we need to process the data, right? So data can be unstructured and data can be a variety of data. So it can be any kind of data through across the world, right? Um, cannot exactly zoom it because there's some problem with the screen. Wait, I'll try to zoom it if you cannot. Yeah. So here. So the raw data is collected, it's just processed, and after you process data, you need to clean the data, right? Because data can have a lot of misinformation, or see, it's a kind of data where you can have a variety of information. So you need to clean your data set according to what you want, right? What operations you want to perform. Okay. um, so as soon as you clean the data set, you have to perform an analysis, right? Okay. Yeah, so you perform an analysis. So that is what you call as exploratory data analysis. So as soon as you perform the analysis, you can either process the data again, and you want to go through the same step of cleaning the data set, or you can go to performing algorithms. So all of you know what machine learning is doing these days, what artificial intelligence is doing. So artificial intelligence and machine learning is a combination of variety of algorithms processed on data, so that you can make predictions and give a accurate system, build accurate system, right? Build models exactly. So this data analysis will lead to using of models and algorithms and build a system, right? As soon as you build a system, you can either make a data product, which can be an application or a website, which can demonstrate your model, or you can make a report. So what does report do? Report makes decisions. So for example, now you've done a project, and you need to submit a report, right? So what do you do in the report? You say what all things you've included in your project and what all things you've done to make your project successful, right? And what does that report do? It makes decisions whether your is good, report is bad, your project is good. It gives descriptions about your data. So that is what exactly this flowchart is about, right? Okay, coming to the introduction to data science, we can see three aspects here, right? Data science definition, data science life cycle, and data science applications. Coming to the definition, as I said, it is a multidisciplinary field which can use scientific methods or processes or algorithms to perform set of operations. And here it is mentioned that data science is the art and science of collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and visualizing data to uncover meaningful patterns, trends, and insights. Right. So that's what I explained. Data science life cycle. So what exactly life cycle means? Right? The data science life cycle focuses on techniques to analyze data, include data collection, data cleaning, data exploration, and data visualization. So as you saw in this flow chart, once the data is collected, you need to perform set of operations, right? What those operations could be: processing the data, cleaning the data, visualizing the data, right? Or perform some analysis on the data, or build it into a model or a system. And coming to the applications, it is used in variety of industries nowadays, because data science has become a major part of our life, that everywhere, wherever you go, you need to apply data science in your professional life, right? So data science is used in various fields such as businesses, healthcare, finance, technology, even in our schools and colleges, where you have to maintain a separate, perform analytics on the performance of a student, or things like that, right? Okay. Hope everyone is clear with what the definition of data science is, what the life cycle means, and what are the applications of data science. If you have any queries so far, can you just put it in the live chat so I can see? Analytics on performance of a student. There's a delay actually in the live stream. So if any queries till now, you can please put it in the chat. There's a delay actually. If any queries till now, you can please. Okay, so we can continue after one has any. Okay, coming to the basics of data analysis, right? Now, what do you understand by data analysis? So, what do you mean by the word basically analysis? Analysis is something which you perform on a data so that you can visualize things and find out what the data is pointing to, or what the data is about. So here are few basics which come into data analysis. So first we have relational data. Relational data could be anything which includes a relationship. It might be between two topics, or it might be between any kind of sources, right? What are the two programming languages we can use in data analysis? One is Python, which is a very well-known language, and another one is R, which is for data science, basically. Python, as we all know, has a lot of libraries and a lot of modules which can help in analytics of data. So Python data science for beginners, it usually helps you to analyze and visualize data like a pro, and an ultimate guide to learning the fundamentals of data. And R is kind of similar language, but it's a bit complex if you are learning it from scratch, but you can make your way through. Right? So that performs the same operations as same as Python. So it analyzes data, it visualizes data, it teaches you how to wrangle with data. That's it. Okay, now coming to the data visualization. So I've been telling you from the past 10 minutes that data visualization, data visualization. So what exactly does data visualization? Let's see the importance of data visualization. Okay? Exploring the significance of data visualization in data analysis and interpretation. So data visualization is something which allows you to picturize or think of data in a unique manner. All right. For example, now you have a company. You have a company named Samsung. All right. And what does Samsung do? It deals with electronics. It sells electronics across the world. It's a global company, and it's a quite famous company, right? So what does it do to handle its data? So because Samsung is a global company, it delivers its products across the nation, right? So it has to deal with a large amount of data. So what do you do with this kind of data? You have to visualize the data, right? Unless you don't visualize the data and not use visualization techniques on data, you cannot exactly interpret what kind of data you're working with. That's what importance of data visualization teaches us. Coming to the visualization techniques, um, it includes a variety of techniques such as charts, graphs, dashboards, pie charts, line charts, and tables. So there's a lot of techniques to visualize data. Coming to tools of visualization, uh, there are multiple tools which you can use, and these days with AI, everything has been very simplified. So the trending tools which are currently in the being used in the industry is Power BI, Tableau, and some Python libraries like Matplotlib and Seaborn. So you know what Matplotlib and Seaborn is. Most of my classmates, we all have been studying and searching about ML, AI ML, using Python. So we've come across these terms called Matplotlib and Seaborn. Okay, now coming to the exploratory data analysis, we will be understanding how to analyze data, how to statistically analyze data, and yeah, that's it. Okay, now here I will be showing you some techniques, data analysis techniques, which can exactly tell you how to visualize data, right? So first one is descriptive statistics. So descriptive statistic means providing a description to a statistical data. Okay, statistical data, as you've seen in your maths class, statistics is a very major part of your mathematics, which involves picturizing of data, right? Using bar graphs or pie charts or uh, line graphs, etc. So that's what descriptive statistics is about. Inferential statistics. So whatever you have been performing, the analysis you've been performing on data, it has to be inferred, right? So what do you infer from a statistical analysis? So whatever you place or whatever you depict in a pie chart or a bar graph has to be inferred. It has to give some visualization on what kind of data you're working on, right? So that's what you mean by inferential statistics and correlation and regression. So these are the statistical concepts which have been introduced in machine, which have been used in machine learning, and also a major part of data science. Now coming to the tools, as I've said, AI has been in our lives, day-to-day lives now, and wherever you go, it's all AI and data science. How do you how do you exactly handle this large amount of data? Because you go anywhere, you go to a hospital, you see so many patients coming in every day, and it's not easy to maintain, the information of all the patients, right? So we need some tools which can handle data in an efficient manner. So one such tool that we will be discussing today is Power BI. Okay. Power BI is a powerful business analytic tool for creating interactive visualizations and business intelligence dashboards. So you can create your own file where you can show a data visualization report. Right. For example, now I'll show you a live demonstration of how to work with Power BI. Until then, I'll be just explaining you what the software or the tools are about. We have one more tool called as Tableau. So this is also quite trending these days, and it is a very helpful tool. But I feel like if you're beginners, you should use Power BI because Power BI is a very, very interactive and friendly interface to perform your data visualization. And Matplotlib and Seaborn is related to coding. So in Power BI, you don't do much of coding. There's not a lot of coding involved. It's all about how you present, how you make reports. And using Matplot and Seaborn is a totally different thing because it is all related to coding, and you use the language Python. So these are Python languages. Okay. Coming to visualizing data insights. Now, as I said, this tool called Power BI will create an intelligence dashboard. Right? So, what is dashboard? To understand the importance of dashboards for visualizing complex data and gaining actionable insights, we need to understand the interface of Power BI, right? And whatever data we have been given, we have to create a report. So when you create a report, what do you do usually? You storytell in technical terms. Okay. So that is what it is about. Data storytelling. So whatever data is there with you, you need to present it to your company or your audience or your students or anyone who is ready to listen. So you need to present it in a very beautiful way and a compelling manner, right? So that it creates an impact on the audience. Third thing is best practices in data visualization, which is exploring for creating effective and visually appealing data visualizations. All right, so coming to the introduction of Power BI. I'll be just giving you a brief introduction on what Power BI exactly does and just an overview of how you can create a demo project. And further, you can learn online too, because it's a very useful tool to make data reports. And yeah, I hope you guys will have fun. Um, so as I've said, Power BI is a suite of business analytics tool for analyzing data and sharing insight. It also has this data connectivity feature, which gives the options in Power BI for connecting to various data sources. For example, you have Excel, you have JSON, you have variety of data sources. And third one is data modeling. How you understand the process of data modeling in Power BI and create relationships between data tables. Okay, now I'll be giving you a demo of how to use Power BI. Just give me 2 minutes to set up the screen. If you guys have any queries, please let me know. All right, now we'll be starting with the introduction of Power BI and how to use the interface of Power BI. All right, so here we have our Power BI setup. I'll be sharing the screen in a bit. So before our Power BI is loaded up, I'll just briefly tell you what project we are working on. Right, I'll be just telling you what demo project I'm working on. So this is a document or a database for sales of some chocolate companies, right? Yeah, these are the sales for some chocolate companies, and the amount is mentioned all over here. How many boxes have been shipped, to which country it has been shipped, and what are the products have been shipped, right? And all the salesperson's names. So we have around, I think, 500, maybe, I don't know exactly. Yeah, we have around 2000, I mean, 1100 salespersons details. And now we will be using Power BI to create a interactive business analytics. I'll stop sharing that now. And we will be going to our Power BI desktop. Here you are. So this is our Power BI interface. I'll be explaining you the interface. So this one you've been quite familiar with. You have used Excel, you've used Word, you've used a lot of Microsoft tools where you can see these kind of ribbons. These are basically called ribbons. You have insert, modeling, view, optimize, whatever you want to do, you want to work on. All the options are given. Second thing, which is very important in Power BI, is the visualization. So how are you going to create your visualizations? That's very important. Okay, so now we have a lot of options here. You have bar charts, you have line charts, you have graphs, you have tables, you have R script visuals, you have Python visuals, lot of types of visualization. Okay, so now the first step we will be doing is we need to perform some operations on this data. Yeah, this data, right? So we will be loading this data into Power BI. How do you do that? Firstly, go to Power BI. You can see an option called import from Excel, right? You can see multiple options, import data from SQL Server. You can see paste data into blank table and try a sample data set. So try a sample data set will give you a sample, an example of a normal data set, which you can work on if you are a beginner. But today I'll be just showing you a demo on how to work on this kind of data, which I've been showing here. Okay, so import data from Excel, and this is our file, hopefully. I think this is our file, maybe I'm not sure of. So it's establishing a connection. Yeah, it's that, right? So yeah, so here you can select your data. Okay, so I've selected my data, whatever I want to perform my analysis on. And as you can see, all the data is already inbuilt in this, and it's truncated due to size limits because we cannot perform it on large data reports. All right, so now you have two options here: load data and transform. Transform data is basically for some null values. So a lot of data might not necessarily be filled, because they might be some half data present, some data which is not thoroughly uh, inputted, right? But we can see here that all our data is already present and well ordered, right? Not according to ascending order, descending order, but you can see all the values are filled. Yes, all the values are filled. Okay, so we don't have to transform data. If any value is missing from here, you can go to this option called transform data, and you can fill the null values by just entering some random values and just presenting it on the database. So now I'll load that. Yeah, I think I've loaded the database. Okay, the data is loading. All right. So our data has been successfully loaded, and you can see the table from the table view present over here. You can see the report view, and you can see a model. So either you can create a report, you have a table already with you, right? And yeah, so and another one is model. You can build a model or a report or anything, whatever you want. So here we go. Okay. Now coming to how can we build a relationship? All right. This data right here. Now we need to present the number of boxes shipped to each countries. We do that. So you can just select a column chart. Okay. Let me expand the size. So I've expanded the size here. And now you just have to add the data. Okay. So now in your data table, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, right? One is salesperson, one is country, product, date, amount, and boxes shipped. Now you want the country data and the boxes shipped data together in your column chart. How do you do it? So you can see all your data columns over here, you just have to drag it into whatever axis you want it in. So I've dropped the some of the boxes shipped in my y-axis and the country in x-axis. So here you go. See, simple, right? It's quite simple. You have just inserted the country into your x-axis, the number of boxes shipped into y-axis, and yeah, you can see the that has been created. Now, what is so special about Power BI? Normal data visualization tools, what they'll do is they'll just give you an option to, you know, put up a report view. But what can Power BI do is that it can relate two kinds of data visuals. For example, now I want my table to be in this format, or it can be in this format. Okay, now I'll select the stack column chart because it's easy. Now let's unselect that. Okay, this one is done. Some of the boxes shipped and the content. Now I want the chocolates, the companies which have been delivered to different places. Okay, so I will take the product in my y-axis and the country in my x-axis. Okay, so these are all your products, all the chocolate products which have been sold, and these are all the countries which have been sold. Okay, which have been sold to. For example, now you want to know where the dark bites have been sold. Okay, you just click on this. So I just clicked on the dark bites chocolate, and it shows me which countries it has been shipped to. It has been shipped to Australia, Canada, UK, India, USA, New Zealand. It has been shipped to all the countries, and it also shows you how many boxes have been. So in Australia, it has shipped around 32,647 boxes. And out of that, out of the total number of boxes, uh, the dark bites are 3,182. In Canada, it's around 686 boxes of dark bites. UK, it is 1,090, 943, and so on. Right. So this shows you a, a pictorial representation of where your product has been sold. Okay, now I'll select eclairs. Now I want to know where eclairs has been gone. Eclairs has been shipped to Australia, and it has like 1,331 boxes. And you can see the variety of boxes that has been shipped to different countries. Okay, let's keep this aside. What if you want to know some different kind of data? For example, now you want to use a line chart. Okay, I'll decrease the size of this because it'll be easy for me to show you the line graph. So you can organize your data very well in Power BI. That's one advantage I like about Power BI. I don't use Power BI much because I'm not into data science, but since I've been interested in this field, I am taking this up. Okay, okay, now you want to know the date on which the boxes have been shipped. So I'll put this into any axis. I'll put this into my axis. Right. So it shows count of data as 1,094, but it's only showing you a single count of data, right? Now, what if you want multiple, for example, you want a data hierarchy. So data hierarchy can have yearly, quarterly, monthly, daily. So this can show you the daily expenditure, the monthly expenditure, and see, you can see 2022 QTR quarter, 1st January 2022, quarter one. So this is the quarter one, and quarter one will ship. Wait, let me just put, I haven't put my x-axis here. Yeah, so these are the boxes shipped. Okay, so this is the amount of boxes shipped here, and this is the date of the boxes shipped. Let me just interchange this so that it can be easy to understand. Okay, yeah, this is much better. All right. So if you want to see what kind of data we have been presenting, here it is. February 22, it shows February 22, this is quarter one. This is March 2022, April 2022. It shows you all the number of boxes. See, you can see the number of boxes here, right? Some of the boxes shipped is 824, 1553. So this is how you can perform um, data analysis on any kind of data you want. This is just an example of chocolate companies which have been sold across the country. Okay, so now you can see the different kinds of data visuals, right? What if you want a different color? Because all this is blue and it looks not very attractive. So you can go to format your visual. There's an option called format your visual. You can check for x-axis and y-axis, or you can go for your columns. Here it shows default as blue. You can choose this color. You can go to the other tables. Similarly, you can choose different kinds of colors if you want to make it attractive. And yeah, this is how you actually apply colors. And let's apply black. Black looks good, you know. All right. So we performed our line graph, we performed our bar graph, and other kinds of visuals. What if you want a pie chart? Right? You can also require a pie chart. See, this is how you can represent a pie chart. But let's not inbuild it in one data visual. Let's create a separate pie chart. Yeah, here I go. So this is your pie chart. It's empty right now. You can add whatever data you want. For example, now if I want to check the amount, so far we have only checked some of the boxes shipped, the countries, and the date. What if we want to check the amount? So we can drag the amount and put it over here, and according to the boxes shipped, drag this with the values. Yes. So now you can see it's quite congested because a lot of boxes have been shipped in a variety of countries, right? So let's just go country by country. That should be better, I think. Oh, it's still congested. Oh, no worries. This is how you can represent a pie chart. Basically, I just wanted to show you how you can visualize data using a pie chart. You can also okay. Yeah, we can do one more thing. We can show it product wise. Yeah, here you go. So this shows you, these colors show you the products, different products. You can go down and check variety of products, chocolates, all the chocolates are the raspberry, you have milk bars, you have after nines, fruit and nut bar. Yeah. So see, the most important and fun feature of Power BI is that it links all your data. As you notice over here, I clicked on fruit and nut bars and it automatically went to all the visuals and showed you the data related to fruit and nut bars. So you can see all the boxes that have been shipped of fruit and nut bars, all the uh, country count where the fruit and nut bar have been sold to, and what quarter has been related to the number of boxes shipped. So in you can see in 2022 quarter one January 5, some of the boxes shipped are 281. You can see in quarter two. Let's see quarter two May 13th. Some of the boxes shipped are 229. So this shows you where the fruit and nut bars have been delivered. Let's go to some other company which is Orange Choco. I don't know what. I don't know what chocolate is this. I don't know where you get this chocolate. Seriously don't know. I'm hearing it for the first time. But anyway, cannot see it over here maybe because the amount of data is limited over here. But you can see it in your box shipped by country table. Right. I'll just zoom it for the people who cannot see it clearly. Yeah. You can see where the orange choco has been delivered to and the yearly or the quarterly sales where it has been delivered. All right. So, this is pretty much it, whatever I wanted to show you today. And there are a lot of visualization tools which you can use to create different kinds of reports. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I've given you an introduction to Power BI, how you can use the visualization tools, how you can format your visuals, and also you can do a lot of analytic features which is not available for my version because you need a pro version for Power BI. So there are like premium versions and the demo version which I'm currently using. All right. Okay. So here we are done with everything. Also, I wanted to show you one more thing. Uh, if you have any queries, please let me know in the chat section because I cannot see any responses to the live chat. And also, one more thing which I wanted to actually show you is that you can use it's a pretty interesting software, it's Power BI. You can also use AI to depict your data. For example, go to let's select chocolate is this. It's Baker's chocolate chips, right? So we selected Baker's chocolate chips. It shows you how much the amount is right here, and the sum of the boxes shipped each quarter. Okay. Now, for example, if you don't understand something by this line chart, you can also use AI to visualize data. So how that is possible? I'll show you. Uh, right click on the quarter you want to depict. For example, you have March 11th. I'm going to right click on this. You can see the button analyze. Right? Before this, you can see this graph increase from here and then it decreases suddenly. Right? Why is that happening? You need a reason for it. It does not. It's not just simply drop down. Your graph does not simply drop down. It might be because of some problems that might have happened during the time of March or the first quarter, right? So now I want to check this increase. So now I right click on this part. Okay, it shows you analyze button and it shows you explain the increase. So once you click on explain the increase, it might lead you to interface like this, and it will use your Wi-Fi and also it will perform some queries and some prompts, and it'll give you an analysis based on AI. So this is what an interesting thing which I liked about Power BI. And also you have an option to add this to your page. So for example, you want this in your page as your report. You can add it to your page by just clicking on this button right here. I don't know why it is not adding. Yeah, it has added. Yep. All right. So I'll just remove this. Here you go. Here is my analysis on as to why the production has increased in a particular year or quarter of the year and why it has decreased on a particular year. Okay, so this explains your analysis. So while creating reports, it is very necessary to give insights on your reports. See, as I've said you, as I've told you before, according to the PowerPoint which I displayed earlier, it showed you that we need to storytell our data. We have to present the data in such a way that you're storytelling about the data. You're going to show how the data is uh, built. So this is how you can use AI to summarize your data, and basically you can add multiple pages to your Power BI. For example, this is your page one of your report. Okay, this is my page one. You can also add a new page. You can name it. You can just double click on the page and you can give report page two. Page two. This is report page one. All right. So page one and page two are ready. And you can similarly, as you've done in report page one, can similarly perform multiple other visualization on your data. For example, now if you want to check your amount of boxes shipped, the money you've made by shipping the boxes can be showed right here. I'll just put this into y-axis and country. Let's do it according to country. Right, so this shows you the monthly, I mean the country wise expenditure. So you can see the sum of amount here is it's in some millions. Here it's some millions. Yeah, so similarly, it shows you the amount of the boxes that have been say sold in a particular country. Okay, this is one feature, and I would also like to show you another feature of clustered column bar. You can add multiple amount of data right here. You can put your boxes shipped. It'll show you the boxes shipped in each country with different kinds of colors. So this shows you a particular chocolate. This shows you, oh my God, wait. Yeah, so this shows you a particular chocolate sold in this country. This shows you another chocolate sold and also the income of that chocolate. So corresponding income. For example, now if you want to take Kit Kat, let's just assume this is Kit Kat. We can check what the sum of amount has been made in this particular country. So we have made $6,979 in Australia. Similarly, in UK, we have made around $6,384 and similarly in other countries. So this is pretty much it for the introduction of Power BI. It's a very useful tool. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. And talking about the future of business intelligence, it has a vast future. And if you mastered the art of learning Power BI, just gonna ace it, and you can just blow your income chart every year because Power BI is is a very trending skill required in the industry. Yeah. Uh, Best of luck for your future. Thank you guys for joining today's session. If you had any queries, please let me know. Let's just I'm looking at the live chat right now. Any queries, guys? Great, awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yes, Power BI is a very powerful software because it can use AI to actually summarize your data. So it's very powerful. It's very. I'll wait for another 2 minutes, guys. If you have any kind of queries related to today's session, please let me know in the chat section. I hope everyone is clear, right? All right. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you really much. Appreciate it. Okay, guys. So I'll take leave.